73% of couples in 2026 say their biggest relationship problem isn't money or trust. It's feeling unappreciated despite constantly trying to show love. You buy thoughtful gifts. They barely react. They want to spend hours talking. You're exhausted. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. You're not speaking the wrong language. You're speaking your language to someone who doesn't understand it. Today, we're diving into the 5 love languages, the psychological framework that's helped millions of people finally feel seen and understood in their relationships. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which language you speak, which one your partner speaks, and how to bridge that gap starting today. The concept of love languages was introduced by marriage counselor Gary Chapman in the 1990s after decades of working with struggling couples. He noticed a pattern. Couples weren't falling out of love. They were expressing love in completely different ways and missing each other entirely. Think of it like this. Imagine you only speak English and your partner only speaks French. You're both saying I love you constantly, but neither of you can understand the other. Research from 2026 shows that couples who understand and actively use each other's love languages report 46% higher relationship satisfaction. So what are these 5 languages? And more importantly, which one do you speak? Let's break them down one by one, starting with the language that gets misunderstood more than any other. Love language number 1, words of affirmation. If this is your primary language, verbal acknowledgement and praise make you feel loved. You need to hear I love you. I appreciate you. You did an amazing job. Without these words, you feel invisible no matter what else someone does for you. Here's what most people get wrong. They think any compliment counts. It doesn't. Generic praise falls flat. What works? Specific, sincere affirmations that show you're paying attention. I noticed how patient you were today. I love how you always know what to say. A 2026 study found that people who speak this language are 58% more likely to remember negative comments for years compared to other love language types. If your partner speaks this language, your words have massive power. Use them wisely and generously. Love language number 2, quality time. This isn't just being in the same room while you both scroll your phones. For quality time speakers, love means undivided attention, full presence, eye contact, actually listening when they talk. When you're distracted or cancel plans, they don't just feel disappointed. They feel unloved, rejected, like they don't matter. The average person in 2026 checks their phone 96 times per day. Imagine how that feels to someone whose love language is your attention. Quality time doesn't require expensive dates or grand gestures. A 20-minute walk without phones. A real conversation at dinner. That's gold. Pro tip. If your partner speaks this language, putting your phone away during conversations is the fastest way to show you care. Research shows that quality time speakers are the most likely to end relationships over feeling emotionally neglected, even when other needs are met. Your presence is their love language. Make it count. Love language number 3, physical touch. Before you think this is just about intimacy, it's so much more than that. For physical touch speakers, a hug when they're stressed, holding hands during a movie, or a hand on their shoulder communicates love louder than any words. The absence of touch feels like rejection. Days without physical connection make them question the entire relationship. Here's the science. Physical touch releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. For these speakers, touch literally rewires their brain to feel safe and connected. A 2026 neuroscience study found that people with this primary love language showed 34% more stress reduction from brief physical contact than other groups. Small touches throughout the day matter more than occasional grand gestures. A kiss good boy, a back rub while watching TV. These are their language. Important note, everyone has different comfort levels with touch. Communication about boundaries is essential even with this love language. If your partner speaks this language, appropriate touch throughout the day is your secret weapon for a thriving relationship. Love language number 4, acts of service. This is a show me you love me through what you do language. For these speakers, actions truly speak louder than words. Doing the dishes without being asked, running their errands when they're swamped. That's love. Here's the catch. Laziness, broken commitments, and creating more work for them doesn't just annoy them. It hurts deeply. When you say you'll do something and don't follow through, they hear you don't love me enough to keep your word. The most powerful acts of service are the ones that lighten their specific load. Pay attention to what stresses them out, then do that thing. A 2026 relationship survey found that acts of service speakers are 41% more likely to view household task distribution as a direct measure of love. This isn't about keeping score. It's about showing through consistent action that you care about making their life easier. Love language number 5, receiving gifts. No, this doesn't mean they're materialistic or shallow. Let me explain why. For gift speakers, the perfect gift isn't about price. It's about the thought behind it. It's physical proof that you were thinking about them. A book from a conversation you had weeks ago. Their favorite candy you picked up randomly. These say, I remember you. I see you. I prioritize you. Missing birthdays, anniversaries, or showing up empty-handed when gifts were expected. That's not just forgetfulness to them. That's proof you don't care. Research in 2026 shows that gift language speakers have the strongest memory for special occasions and feel the most hurt when those moments are forgotten. The gift itself becomes a symbol of the relationship. They keep every meaningful item because it represents moments they felt loved. Pro tip: keep a note on your phone about things they mention wanting or needing. When you gift from that list, they'll feel truly seen. So here's what you need to do right now. First, identify your primary love language. Think about what makes you feel most loved and what hurts most when missing. Second, figure out your partner's language. Don't guess. Ask them. Have an actual conversation about this. It might be the most important talk you ever have. Third, start speaking their language, even if it feels unnatural at first. This is how you bridge the gap and finally connect on a deeper level. Remember, you'll probably always default to your own love language. The magic happens when you consciously choose to speak theirs. If this video helped you understand yourself or your relationships better, do me a favor. Hit that like button and subscribe so more people can discover this life-changing framework. Understanding love languages isn't just about romance. It transforms every relationship in your life. Parents, friends, colleagues, everyone has a language. Now you know how to speak them all.